It is fabulous. A little bit windy, but the breeze is nice.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, very good.
Hi, doctor.
Hi, so I can't see who else is on.
So I have Rita on.
Okay,
It's Rita and myself. My nephew's gonna jump on too, Dr. Phillip.
okay.
So a
Good
little
deal.
bit about him. He's with the group as well, but he has cirrhosis of the liver. His pancreas isn't working. He's a type 2 diabetic. His sugar levels are like 200 to 300 right now. So I'm trying to see how to control it for him a little bit with his diet. So I'm trying to see if I do some recipes for him so he can start going more that route. And then I told him about the CBD oil, just so you know about that. Okay.
Sure.
So that's the new person that's coming on.
Okay. Is he on any medicines?
He is. I don't know what he's on. I know he told me last night a little bit. I told him like talk to Dr. Phillip, especially what kind of medications you're on. And then from there, to go from there.
Okay, good deal.
So I call him Anthony, but his name is Rick Anthony.
Okay.
Okay.
Good deal. Sure.
Anthony, are you on? I can't hear him.
Okay, now I can see everyone. It looks like someone else is connected.
Yeah, Bertha's on. Martha's on.
Oh my God, I forgot it.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hi, how are
Hello,
you?
Bertha.
Hi.
Hey, Martha.
Hi, Joey. How are you?
Good, good.
Did Dr. Phil hear me that I was saying hello?
I did.
Oh,
Okay.
hi, Dr. Phillip.
Hi.
How's it going? How's your vacation going?
Show them.
Background.
It's gorgeous out there.
So it's kind of windy. So my hair isn't looking the best.
What degrees is it, Dr. Phillip?
Oh my goodness. It got up to 88 and about 90% humidity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right now it's about 82.
Oh, okay.
What it is here in Philly. Well, Jersey. I still think I'm in Philly. I don't know. After all these years, you think I'd remember I was in New Jersey.
Yeah, well, with the high humidity, it always feels a lot warmer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you that we're over this weekend, we're going to have 90-degree weather here in Chicago. So about 3 days. So we're not looking forward to 90 degrees right away.
No, we
anyway,
are too.
yeah. So
Right.
I love gradual.
Too soon. It's too soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it'll also be humid, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Wow,
we're going to be like
90 degrees?
exactly. Exactly.
I'll be putting up my air condition.
There you go.
You guys are all wimps. No, I'm kidding.
We like the nice cool weather, Bertha. Not like you that
I
like
know.
100-degree weather.
I know.
We can handle snow.
That's true.
Dr. Phillip, do you want me to start with Anthony?
Sure, if he's on.
Yeah,
Anthony?
I'm here.
Okay. I was telling Dr. Phillip that you're with us in the group with the type 2 diabetes. And I also mentioned a little bit about your situation. So can you tell him the medications that you're on?
Yes, I'm taking pantoprazole. I believe it's 10 milligrams And actually, give me a moment. Well, I have my medication inside, but I'm on the highest dosage of pantoprazole, and I also and I take that for my GERD, and also for the doctor has me on it for my pancreas, and I also take Amitiza for my irritable bowel syndrome with constipation. I'm on the high dosage of that one. I take Adderall, 30 milligrams extended release every morning, and I take Ambien every night, 10 milligrams. And I've been on Adderall for at least eight to 9 years, and the Ambien 5 years, maybe more than that. Pantoprazole is new to me, and I just started taking insulin. I'm taking 40 milligrams, and I take that. It's long lasting. I take it every morning, and that's all the medication I take.
Okay. So some of the things that would help you out tremendously is if somehow you can wean off of the Ambien. And here's the reason. That whole class of medications have a tendency to downregulate or make your immune system less active, if you will. So if you can get off the Ambien, that would be great. There's a variety of different sleep products that you can try that'll help to actually boost your immune system and also get you the sleep that you need. So that would be probably the first one that would be the easiest to try to reduce.
I've tried taking alternatives. I haven't tried CBD to sleep to help with my insomnia, but I've taken melatonin and other over-the-counter, I guess, melatonin mixes. And I think it's just my Adderall. If I take melatonin, eventually I will be able to go to sleep, but it's at a very large amount. And at that very large amount, I've had issues where it started to hurt my pancreas before too, because I tried to get off the Ambien and it didn't help. So I've run into that issue as well, is that the dosage that's required if I'm not taking Ambien as an alternative sleep aid would be very high.
So how much Ambien are you taking right now?
10 milligrams.
Okay. And did I hear you say that it's the extended release?
No, that would be my Adderall.
Okay, good. So if you could try cutting it in half and a quarter. So in other words, you're taking 7.5 and then try a little bit of the sleep products. There's a sleep spray, there's a CBG product that should help out with sleep and anxiety and kind of making you feel a little bit level. And then again, it will be a slow reduction, not completely get off the Ambien, but slowly reduce the Ambien, and that'll help with your immune system.
And all of this would be to help my immune system, is what you're saying? That would be the benefit of getting off the Ambien, right?
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
that would be probably the easiest thing to try to reduce. In rank order, if you could, Ambien would be first, insulin would be a close second, and then if possible, Adderall would then be third. The Amitiza, you might be able to get rid of that because there's been some research that have shown that CBD helps out with the gut, but you literally have to swallow it. Usually we recommend that people put it underneath their tongue and then slowly absorb it. However, for people with irritable bowel or Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, it actually seems to help out if you actually swallow it. So there may be a benefit with that too. Then the next thing is, how long have you been with Josie's group?
How long has it been, Jovi? Since maybe,
He's been with us for about 3 months already.
yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
he was having some, he
I
was
always have,
working,
yeah.
so
also
he's been
with-
on and off a little bit. I've been
Mhm.
sending him videos. So right now we're going to be going more into the food part of it.
Got it.
Mhm.
Got it. Because the food part is going to help everything. It's going to help out your blood sugar. It's going to help out your irritable bowel. It's also going to help out your immune system. And that's really what you want to do, is try to help out your immune system. And indirectly, by helping out your gut, you're also going to be helping out your immune system. Are you taking any probiotics?
No, not currently.
Okay. Okay. So that would be beneficial for you too.
Yeah, I tried the live probiotics. I guess the ones that need to be refrigerated. They helped me out a little bit.
So everybody is different. You may need to try different brands. Jovi seems to have a pretty good connection with the nutrition store, so she may be able to steer you to a variety of brands that you try and you find one that agrees with you.
Dr. Phillip, would you recommend the kefir? Like if he can go more towards the kefir itself?
Sure. So any type of fermented beverage, fermented food is going to help out the gut, because there's natural bacteria in there that help the gut to heal. So you're absolutely right.
That's cool. Okay.
So the only other thing for the general immune sense is the glutathione precursor, and then the immune booster, that's the Super 7. Those would be the only other things that we have. Jovi, I'll leave it up to you on the Kayana side if there's something that may help to boost out the immune side.
Okay. Yeah, I'll double check with, because I was mentioning Kayani as well, but I wanted to for him to talk to you. And can you explain to them a little bit? Because I know Diane's on. I know the rest of the ladies know a little bit about the glutathione with the Celu-V. Can you
Sure.
explain it a little bit more in detail?
Sure.
What it does to your cells?
Sure. So in each cell of the body is mitochondria. Mitochondria are kind of like the little engine that create the energy for the cell. The base component for that engine is glutathione. So as we get older, from age 20 and on, we lose about 10%. So by the time that you're 60 to 70, you're pretty much depleted. So you need to restore the glutathione. So there's a product called Celu-V that's a precursor. And what that means is it's a proprietary blend of peptides, so that this way your body can produce the glutathione once it gets absorbed from the gut, from the intestinal tract. And some people think that besides the skin, the next biggest organ is the intestinal tract. And that's what a lot of people believe is the gatekeeper. You may have heard the term leaky gut, and you've got it, unfortunately. So anything that you can do to help to repair the gut lining is going to be beneficial. So anything that you can do to boost the individual cells throughout the whole body is going to be beneficial for you.
Thank you, Dr. Phillip. Anthony, do you have any other questions?
No, no, thank you though. I appreciate you taking the time to explain to me and let me know what kind of alternatives there are out there for me. Would you be able to tell me a little bit more though, maybe about that CBG?
Yeah. So CBG, as in Gregory, has been shown to be more beneficial for anxiety, depression, neurological issues related to the brain. So anyone that has any type of issue with, like I said, anxiety or depression, it can be helpful. I have patients that use it. I've used it myself when I have to give lectures because I get too excited. So it helps to kind of calm me down. So not only does it help out with the anxiety and depression and kind of leveling things out, but CBGA is the parent formula for that. So you're getting essentially the raw, and as the body can use the best is the A or the acidic form.
Okay, and that's different from the CBD?
Exactly.
Okay.
CBD is more for immune issues and inflammation issues. So
Okay.
for immune issues, you want more of the full spectrum. And for inflammation and pain, you want the CBDA, so a higher concentration of the A.
So the CBG might be good for insomnia to help me come down from the Adderall. That's really
That's
the
what I'm
only reason
thinking.
why I take it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Anthony, that it may help you out with that.
Okay, I'll look into that. Thank you.
Sure.
Dr. Phil, do you also sell the CBD, the CBG?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
it's called Bliss. And
Oh,
it comes in a little dropper bottle.
okay,
And
Okay.
Jody can help you out with that.
okay.
Now, Dr. Phillip, I placed an order and they told me that you guys no longer have, is it true? The CBD, the sleeping one, the oil or the spray, I mean. And they said that you guys don't have the smaller one anymore. So they only sell the bigger size, that they discontinued it.
They discontinue the travel size or the full size?
I think it was a travel size because I ordered the big one because she's like, well, we're no longer selling that one. And I'm like, oh, and then I didn't know that. And she's like, so the big one was what, $59.90 something?
Okay.
So I was just like, really? I go, okay.
Yeah, that would be new to me. I haven't ordered the travel one in several months. I use the large bottle because I use the spray every night. So it's more cost effective for me to use the large bottle.
Oh,
What does
okay.
the
Well, I
spray
just
work?
ordered it anyways because she told me that it's no longer, they don't have it anymore. So I said, oh, okay. She's like, so we only have the large one.
Mhm.
So I said, okay. And then I ordered the CellUV as well.
So Anthony just asked a question, how does the spray actually work? So it's a proprietary blend of CBDA, melatonin, valerian, and gabapentin. Excuse me, GABA, not gabapentin. And that helps out with essentially the way most anxiolytics help out with reducing anxiety and tension. Melatonin is a hormone that induces sleep. That's something that's naturally produced by the brain. And then the CBDA seems to also help out a little bit, not as much as the CBG for anxiety. Does that answer your question, Anthony?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Well, also, how is that applied, the spray?
Yeah,
exactly?
so it's either sublingual or on the side of your cheek. I started out with 4 sprays and I got very vivid dreams. Then I backed off at 2 sprays, and 2 sprays keeps me asleep. My wife tried it, and even at 1 spray, it gave her too vivid of dreams, so she stopped it. So everybody is different.
Dr. Phil, how old do you have to be to take the CBG?
Good question. So everything is usually body weight dependent. So an adult is usually considered about 70 to 75 kilos. So that's about 140 to 150 pounds. So I would assume about that weight. How old were you thinking about in the individual?
20.
Oh, that's fine.
And he suffers of a lot of insomnia.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
thank you.
So Dr. Phillip, the CBG is better than the spray then?
Not really. The
No?
CBD is mainly for anxiety, depression, stress, more psychological type of issues. Whereas the sleep spray is primarily just to help induce sleep.
Okay.
And Bertha, the
Mhm.
spray is gonna last you a little bit longer than the trial size. Cause I've been
Okay.
using it, I've had it already for like almost 3 months. And I
Oh, you
still
have,
have,
okay.
yeah, so it's gonna last you a while. And I've
Okay.
been using 4 sprays because I increased it a little bit. So I can sleep throughout the whole night because I was waking up in the middle of the night or in
Yeah.
the middle of the morning. So that's been helping me out.
Okay. Well, I ordered it anyways because she told me no. I'm like, okay, I'll just order it and see. You know, now because I keep waking up too, I keep tossing and turning, and then I have to go to the bathroom all the time. I'm like, what is wrong with me? So I don't know. I'm like, I try not to drink water after like 10 at night, but I still have to go. So it's like, I don't know.
Supposedly, you're supposed to stop drinking fluids about 2 hours before you go to sleep.
Oh. Okay. So 2 hours before? Okay.
Correct.
All right. And I don't know, because maybe I'm drinking so much too, because of, since I walk and I do, work out, I drink a lot of water. So I don't know if that has a lot to do with it too.
It probably does.
Okay. So, all righty.
Yeah. And then Anthony had another question. What was the sleep spray called? It's a very clever name. It's called sleep spray.
Yeah.
They really thought about that one.
Yeah.
So it won't make me feel groggy like in the mornings or anything, Jovi? Like, do you feel like that? Like,
Not at
No?
all. No, I don't
Okay.
feel groggy with it at all.
no? Okay. Okay.
So does that acquire to have like 6 to 8 hours of sleep?
I've noticed for me personally, I've been sleeping a little bit longer with it. Because I did up the dose because I was doing 2 sprays and that was fine, but I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning for lately.
Yeah.
So I upped it to 4 sprays and now I've been sleeping all the way to 5 o'clock where I need to wake up at 5 anyways.
Oh,
So, but I'm not waking up in the middle of like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning anymore.
Okay, so Joey, are you sleeping 7 to 8 hours then?
Yes,
More
7 to
7
8 hours.
or to 8 hours?
It depends if I go to sleep by 8:30 or 9.
Okay, thank you.
okay.
You're welcome.
And then Anthony had another question about the Bliss. The Bliss is separate, and it's
Who's the
specifically for-
manufacturer of the spray? I would be more interested in a sleeping aid
Okay,
than anything for anxiety, because I only take the Ambien for my insomnia. I take it
Okay.
at nighttime.
The reason why I thought that I heard you say that the Bliss may be of interest is that it may help to take the edge off of the Adderall. So that's the
Oh
whole.
no. Yeah, no. I actually I just take my Ambien for insomnia to come
Okay.
down from it. So I take it before I sleep. So now that you mentioned this sleeping product, I'm interested in wanted to know what the manufacturer was.
Yeah, it's the same company.
I'll send you the link,
GTFO.
Anthony.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, and Dr. Phillip, the Saluvine, it's only taken once a day, correct? On an empty stomach.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So either
Usually
in the
first
morning or at night?
Usually first thing in the morning. I mean, that's
Okay.
that's the easiest time to have an empty stomach.
Okay. Okay.
Dr. Phillip, I think I might have missed it, but could you tell me a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. Actually, you didn't miss it. You're being very kind. My background is primary care. I'm board certified in family practice. I have a fellowship in sports medicine. I've been the medical director for Gallo Winery, Caesars Entertainment, a team physician for USA Volleyball, for Long Beach State football. I have my own medical practice, and currently the company I work for, one of the companies I work for is El Dorado, which resorts, which just recently purchased Caesars Entertainment. So I might be coming full circle. The second company I'm part owner of is called the Industrial Athlete, and we put athletic trainers at the work site to help prevent injuries. And then third, I'm on the medical advisory board for this company that Joby and I represent called CTFO. And I've been practicing medicine for 30 years, and someday I'll get it right.
And what piqued your interest in partnering with CTFO?
Good question. Twofold. One, the owners are faith-based Christians. We actually met in a Bible study group, and their heart is about giving and serving. So this is one way that they serve, is by helping people get healthy. The second interest is CBD. About 3 years ago, the federal government cracked down on physicians and said, you can no longer easily prescribe narcotics. You have to jump through hoops. You have to write various prescriptions and have different regulations. So as a result, I needed an alternative medicine for musculoskeletal pain. So I started doing some research and found out about CBD. And then specifically this company has a proprietary blend to protect the delivery of CBDA, the acidic portion, or the parent product, if you will. And then they then expanded that delivery system to CBG, A, and then also to some of the vitamins and supplements.
Would you be able to give me information or let me know? I've heard about this thing called Delta A. It just recently came out
yeah.
in the market in Texas, and it's kind of in a gray area as to if it's you know, healthy to actually take. I know that I read that the National Cancer Institute, it's something that they had tested back in the 1970s.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, CTFO was approached by a large manufacturer to distribute, and we collectively, the medical advisory board, along with the board of directors, collectively decided not to, because it is highly psychoactive, and everything that we promote and everything that we espouse is natural health and nothing psychoactive. So you get high on any of the products that we promote or sell. Because again, out of good faith and good health, we don't want to alter anyone's mood psychoactively. Naturally, some of the CBD products do that, but it's a natural healthy mechanism as opposed to specifically working on a psychoactive receptor like Delta A does and THC does.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
okay. Yeah, it makes perfect sense, actually.
Okay.
So one is non-psychoactive and the others are psychoactive, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, and the gray area, the last point, the gray area is the federal government hasn't decided what to do about it. The inclination from what I was hearing and from the research is that they were going to side against it and then treat it more of as a controlled substance because of the high psychoactivity of the drug.
Anthony, do you have any other questions?
No, that was all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Diane, I know you had a few questions in reference to the vitamins, the Super 7. Do you have, did you want to ask Dr. Phillip a little bit more in reference to that? Diane?
I can't see everyone, Joby, so I don't know if she's muted or not.
I think she's muted. Give me 1 second. Diane,
Okay.
can you hear me? You're still muted.
Maybe you could ask her to chat to see if she can ask the questions from there, or maybe she's wearing a headset and she's double muted.
I think so. I already asked her to unmute herself.
Okay, so Diane has left the chat.
We'll ask the question, Dr. Phil. What can
I'm
we do?
sorry, I was busy.
Great.
So last time I was speaking to Giovanna, she mentioned that you have some products that don't have the CBD oil?
Quite a few products, actually.
Okay, because sometimes I have like a hard time sleeping, per se.
Yeah.
And then I do get anxious, but I don't know what could help with that.
Yeah. So are you in a safety sensitive job where you might get drug tested?
Yes.
Okay. So unfortunately, for sleep, there's really not that much. The only thing to do is just kind of boost your immune system, help you heal better. But really, that's about it. Everything for sleep has CBD in it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Thank you so much, though.
Sure.
That was my question.
Sure.
Dr. Phillip, can you tell her what the Super 7 would do for her body? Because I know
Sure.
she's not taking any supplements. And
Sure.
I was explaining that one to her a little bit more in detail too.
Sure. So there's what we're calling the combo pack, which is a multivitamin, and then also a superfood type of supplement that has 7 different antioxidant fruits in it. And forgive me, I don't have them all memorized off the top of my head, but I think it's acai, pomegranate, blueberry, goji, and I'm missing 3 others. Sorry. But all those are antioxidants that help out with boosting the immune system.
Okay.
I don't think I could get to, yeah. I'm afraid if I try to navigate to a different screen, I might lose you all.
You could probably
I'll try
just
to
send,
see if I
or Giovanna send me a link so I could look at it online or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Mhm.
when you click on the link, there'll be ingredients, and then there'll also be a tab for the label. So
Okay.
both of those will tell you what's in it. But there's 7 different what are called super fruits, and these are ones that have high antioxidants. And
Okay.
from our discussion, I just remembered acai, blueberry, pomegranate, goji, and I again forgot what the other 3 were. Sorry.
That's okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Rita, can you tell us a little bit how you're feeling with the CBDA
I was
cream?
just about to.
Thank
I
you.
have had back problems since I was I don't know, 12, 13 years old. And lately they've flared up a little bit because I've been moving boxes around the house and doing some heavy lifting and use the CBDA, and it's like, it just takes it away. It's gone. It's wonderful.
Awesome.
So
So
Rita,
it's
do
doing
you
what
just
it's supposed to
apply
be
it
doing.
there
Part,
at that, in that area?
cream,
You just apply
yeah.
it in the area?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Dr. Phillip, I was also looking into some vitamins that my friend had recommended to me. And I was looking at the product list for CTFO to look at the vitamins that they had. And the ones that my friend had recommended to me are something like methyl multivitamin pure. And I see that the vitamins that CTFO sells, the multivitamin one that they have, it has that 5-MTHF. Could you explain what exactly that is and what it does in our body?
So, yeah, so the whole idea of methylating the B vitamins is to make them better available for absorption. And the cheap version is usually specifically, and the most common one is B12, is the cobalamin version. But when they methylate them, it's a little bit easier to absorb. And it usually is then a better end product to wind up in your bloodstream to do what it's supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
What exactly does it do? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
Oh, no, you're fine.
Yeah, so in general, B12 and B6 help out with nerves. B1 usually helps out with cholesterol. And then I think it's B5 pantothenic acid helps out with nerves. Those are the big ones. B12 and then B6 and B1.
These all fall under that methylfolate, the L-methylfolate?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's
Yeah.
what I was kind of asking about, because I see
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Could you
So,
explain what that is and what it does in our body?
yeah, so folic acid specifically is a potent antioxidant, and that helps out to reduce the homocysteine level in your body, which can be deleterious for people that have autoimmune issues. So, for example, my homocysteine level is pretty high. So not only do I take our base vitamin, but I also have to take a standalone B12 and folic acid. I'm on 1,200 micrograms of folic acid just to try to drive down my homocysteine level.
So this
So,
is specifically for people who have like autoimmune
yeah,
diseases and disorders?
yeah.
So it's not, is it something that would be recommended then just to take for somebody who doesn't have that sort of thing? I guess I was asking to see if it would be good for my pancreas and my liver.
Well,
Because I
technically, I think because you have irritable bowel, you technically have a autoimmune disorder.
okay.
So yes, it would be beneficial for you.
Okay, yeah, because I actually have cirrhosis and I also suffer from pancreatitis.
Mm.
So without getting too personal, can you say the origin of both?
I've done actually some DNA tests,
Okay,
or health and wellness tests, and I have a predisposition for insulin resistance
okay,
and also for leptin. I think that has to do with the liver. And
okay,
then, well, my father has a fatty liver. All his side of the family has fatty livers, and
got it.
so I try to steer away from liquor. And when I do drink, I try to only have seltzers or wine. And I try to also, for my pancreas, I'm trying to consume less fatty food, but it's not always an option.
Right, right. So statistically, that's what people usually have a fatty liver as the cause for cirrhosis. So again, the food choices that Jovi will introduce you to will tremendously help out, because the more you reduce your carbohydrates, the better off you're going to be.
Okay.
And those are usually the carbohydrates from grains or starch. So vegetables are going to be great for you. Fruits, not so much. Even though they're high in antioxidants, they have a relatively higher glycemic index, which means that they turn into sugar quicker. So your main carbohydrate source is going to come from vegetables, and that's what's going to help you out the most.
I know like for the insulin resistance risk, so what it told me was I have like a genotype and a specific marker, and that puts me at risk, a higher insulin resistance risk. And it also said too, like because of that association, that it will affect the insulin secretion in the pancreas islet cells, and it's like independent of my glucose consumption or even my weight. So I know that puts me at a disadvantage.
You're correct. And that's where also a relatively ketogenic diet might be a little bit more beneficial. So something that's a little bit more protein based.
Yeah, Dr. Phillip, I think I'll be getting him some recipes with the ketogenic diet, a little bit more towards that route.
Mhm.
I know I was talking to Christopher in reference to that, so I'll be doing a couple of recipes for him, a bit more keto. I think maybe one day out of the week, a carnivore
Mhm.
diet.
Mhm.
And then from there, it's just gonna be a little bit more keto based.
Mhm.
One of the other things that I have, but I don't understand too much of what it relates to is I have a genotype for I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, adiponectin, for low adiponectin levels, so
Okay.
that I don't secrete enough of that. I don't even know if that comes from my liver or where that comes from, and that's why I have a tendency to store more fat.
So, and that's the benefit of going more to a ketogenic diet, because that's going to force the body into more fat metabolism. And then also Christopher will talk to you about trying to exercise at the 11th hour of your fast. So in other words, exercising in the morning or whatever time you sleep, at the end of your sleep cycle, trying to exercise before you have the first meal of the day.
And would this like negatively impact me because of my diabetes and the insulin? Would you happen to know if going into that state of like, I don't know if it's called like ketoacidosis, or correct me if
So
I'm wrong.
the interesting thing is it actually promotes the good fat metabolism and helps promote lowering your blood sugar. And
Okay.
then also when you mentioned about your genotype and that the pancreatic islet cells may
Yes.
be
Mhm.
affected,
That
there's
goes hand in
been,
hand with this, right?
yeah,
With the,
so
yeah.
and that was the whole idea about the full spectrum CBD. That seems to help out better, specifically for autoimmune and for diabetics.
It's
So
interesting.
what some people in this group have been doing that have inflammatory conditions, they'll usually take the CBDA in the evening to help out with inflammatory like musculoskeletal issues, and then also to kind of help out with sleep, and then the full spectrum product in the morning. I also have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, so I take my full spectrum in the morning and then my CBDA at night.
Dr. Phillip, for the liver, what makes, is it the food that we eat that makes our enzymes or go up?
Yes and yes. And what I mean by that is it's unfortunately eating too much of a refined diet or a high fat diet that kind of poisons the liver, if you will. The liver is essentially I hate to say it, but it's kind of like the garbage can of the body. It detoxifies everything that you put into it. So the more garbage that you put in, the unhealthier the liver becomes as the liver is trying to detoxify everything. So anything that you can do to help reduce kind of the bad foods that come into your body, that really helps out with allowing the liver to heal itself.
Okay.
And there are also some supplements that seem to help out. Milk thistle or somarin, they seem to help out. Turmeric, black pepper, those are natural anti-inflammatory supplements. They seem to help out. So those may be used in conjunction.
Okay. Can it be like ginger, turmeric, and black pepper, or no?
Yeah.
Or just, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing is you can't really add enough to your food cooking with it. You usually have to take a separate standalone capsule. That's what we do.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Dr. Phillip, so like even if you do teas with it, would that be sufficient? Like a turmeric tea or no?
I don't think you get enough. Yeah.
No? Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's better buying the root of the turmeric, or
I get it in a capsule form.
capsule? Okay.
Yeah, so this way I'm getting 500 milligrams a serving, and I do that twice a day.
Okay. Twice.
And black pepper, or I think it's called Piper nigrum, something like that. In most good products, they'll be together because you need the black pepper to help the absorption of the
Okay.
turmeric. Yeah.
Okay.
I know then the black pepper absorbs the turmeric, but why would you need the black pepper? What does it do?
So that's the primary reason, really, is it helps boost the absorption of the turmeric. Black pepper by itself, actually, most peppers, help out with inflammation. The problem is that most people can't tolerate high doses, if you will, of all the other peppers because it's pretty irritating. Think about there's something called capsaicin, and it's a product made from, I think, the chili pepper, if I'm not mistaken. That's refined, put into a cream, and you rubbed it on the skin, and it's essentially an analgesic. So it blocks the pain. Doesn't do anything for healing, it just blocks the pain.
Okay, thank you, doctor. So how many capsules, how many vitamins do we actually need? Because you can take vitamins and then sometimes they say that you cannot use all the vitamins in that vitamin that you are using. So you flush it out. How much of it do we have to take then, or do we individually have to be customizing our vitamins?
1 second, I'll be right back.
Yes, thank you.
It looks like a picture in the background of his, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? When I first started, I did not remember he was in Cancun. Okay, sorry. I didn't give him a compliment, which he would have earned one today.
Right.
So this is my regime every day.
Ay, ay, ay.
So there's morning, noon, and evening. And then each one has, I don't know if you can see that.
Yes.
Just a
Wow.
handful. So the way I view supplements is it's kind of insurance. I try to eat a healthy diet, but the supplements are really insurance to make sure that I'm getting everything I can. And there was some research that was done, I think it was about 20 years ago now, could have been longer, that showed that our food system is deplete of vitamins and minerals because of what's called agro farming. So big industrial farms, and what they do is they just plant crop after crop after crop, and the soil doesn't have a chance to go fallow, which means that the soil doesn't lay dormant. And as a result, the soil just gets depleted of all the vitamins and minerals. They try to boost it by putting in fertilizers, but that's unnatural. So our food supply has really been going downhill. If you can afford to buy organic, you're better off. But even that's kind of difficult. So that's why I boost with supplements.
Okay, thank you, doctor. So how would you know what supplement or what vitamin would be better for you? If say you're just
So,
getting energy or just.
yeah, so there's a variety of blood tests that you can do that look at biomarkers. So earlier in the conversation, we were talking about homocysteine. Homocysteine is a good way to find out if you're getting enough folic acid. There are indices in your blood count to see if you're getting enough B12. Looking at something called CRP, cardioreactive protein, can tell if you're getting enough antioxidants in general. And looking at your lipid profile can tell you if you're getting enough niacin, or maybe you might need some fish oil. So there's a variety of different blood tests that you can look at to see what your body may be prone to.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
So in my opinion, everyone needs at least a multivitamin as a baseline.
So then we should be taking the ultimate, right?
Yeah, that's my baseline ultimate. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Plus
the
the
red one.
zinc and the vitamin A and the vitamin C and all that, correct?
There should be enough vitamin A and E in that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, Dr. Phillip, for my blood work, they said that my blood count or the hemoglobin was 8 point, I think it was 8.7 or 8.8. But I always tell them that I know it's low, but I've always had it before at 7 because of my sickle cell. What do you recommend for that? So I can get it at least a little bit higher.
Yeah, there's really not much you can do for that just because of your sickle cell. Your body is going to be constantly making these abnormal blood cells,
Okay.
which then get filtered out in the spleen and destroyed. So your body has to constantly make new ones.
New ones, right? Okay.
Exactly. So the big thing is just to make sure that your iron levels are okay and that you're getting enough B12.
Oh, okay, B12, okay. Okay, because they always tell me, do you feel tired? Do you feel fatigue? And I'm like, no. I go, because I don't. You know, so they're like, okay, because it's pretty low and you shouldn't be that low, but I'm like, I've always had it.
Mhm.
So, I mean, they're like, okay, as long as you don't feel tired or fatigue or where you can't do anything, then we'll keep an eye on it. I'm like, okay,
Right.
but at least it's higher because I told them it's always been 7.
Mhm.
So at least 1 point and 1.7 went up. So
Yeah, the only
Yeah.
time that we really get worried is if there is a precipitous drop. So in other words, if it drops suddenly, then that usually means that there's some type of internal blood loss. Or if it's so low that when you go to from a lying down position to a standing position, you get lightheaded, that's a problem. But my guess is that with your disease, your body has adapted to it. So you're just kind of used to it.
right. Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
And just get enough B12 though.
B12 and iron. So they can do an iron profile on you to
Okay.
check your iron levels.
Oh, okay. The iron. Okay. 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 Thank you, Dr. Phillip.
Sure.
Sorry, Dr. Phil, we have kept you long today, and you're supposed
No worries.
to be patient. So,
No worries.
sorry. We're making you
It's all
work
good.
hard. Oh, God. But,
It's
you know,
okay.
good.
He's in Cancun. It's okay. He's in Cancun.
He's there for a week.
I am.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
a very informative meeting today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was a
Dr.
great
Phillip, so-
information.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Bertha.
So by me doing all this, the Super 7, the Ultimate, and the Celebi, it should help then with
Yeah.
my, okay.
Yeah,
My
sure.
numbers go up and everything. Okay.
Should.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any other questions? Does anyone else have any other questions?
Mm,
No, thank you so much. It was very informative.
Yeah.
You're very
Yeah, it
welcome.
was.
You're very welcome. I'm here to help out.
Enjoy the beach for us, okay?
Thank you. I'll give you one last view.
Yes.
Yeah.
please. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Very jealous right now. Very jealous.
I'll be going to South Padre Island on Friday.
Very good.
Yes, so
Enjoy.
I'd be like, okay, we're going to the beach.
Yeah.
Yes, so, yeah.
Good.
Now, is the water warm, Dr. Phillip?
You know what? I actually haven't been in it yet. I just got down here Sunday.
For
Oh.
shame.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But
Well,
we
you
will.
can say it anyway, Dr. Phil. Whenever you do get in there.
Yeah, let us know.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
They're always a
Thank-
plus. So
And
the
just
sun's
keep
not
the
too hot.
postcard.
Because I know I burn easily when I go out to the sun.
Yeah, I got my SPF 50 to make sure I don't burn.
Oh, okay.
Well, you have a fabulous time. And then
Yeah.
keep
Thank you.
Thank
so
Thank you for everything.
The time out today.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Phillip. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you. So we'll talk next week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk next week.
Okay, good deal.
Mhm.
Okay.
I still don't have my schedule
Okay.
yet. They haven't given me my schedule. They're behind a little bit. But once I get it, I'll send it out to you
Okay.
just so, because I know they've been changing my days off lately. Unless you want to stick it with Fridays afternoon.
Friday,
What would be better
yeah,
for
Friday
you?
usually works best for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I get a group for you, I'll get a group for next Friday then at 5:30. Even if I'm driving, it'll be
Okay.
fine.
Good deal. Good deal. Sounds good. Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you.
bye everyone. Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
everybody, have a good one.
Bye.
Stay cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.